Hello everyone, this is Luis, your instructor for your project management class, and this is a video to cover all topics regarding the usage of Project Libre. Why I decided to use this tool? It's simple. I want you to get a free and legal tool like Project Libre to understand how to use this PMIS. And if you understand Project Libre, well, you can jump to any other software like Microsoft Project or Primavera 6, also known as P6. Project Libre has the basics, and as soon as you get them, well, you can jump to any more complex software or app. First of all, if you have Mac, as you read in the assignment, well, Project Libre is not supported by Mac, so you have two options. The first one is and I don't recommend this one, trying to pay at least for project plan number 3 using cloud-based solution, and you will pay about over $50 per month, and you will use it for 3 months more or less. Or you want to get a fancy tool in a cloud-based solutions, almost $100 per month. But if you want to buy the on-premise, that means that you will install the software in your computer. Well, it goes almost 2K. I don't recommend this one because the project standard doesn't have all the features that Project Libre offers to the users for free. So that's the first option. So you have Mac, you need to pay for it, or you have a better option, like if you can install an emulator for Windows in your Mac, then you can install this software. So those are the tools. And now I explain this. Let's start with our Project Libre class. The link for Project Libre, you can see it in the assignment. It's easy to install, and the size is really small. And to be honest, get the job done. All right, so this is Project Libre. It's an easy access. You can create, save, open new files, save as, close, print, preview, PDF, and all these tools. So let's start creating a new project. Name it. Project name is sample 1, and later set your name, and the start date could be anything. That's on you. Could be next Monday. What is different between taking this box forward schedule or untaking it? Well, if I want to use forward schedule, that is the push planning. So that means I can select from which day I want to start my project. But if I'm check it, keep an eye on this. Now I'm using pull planning. Now, what does it mean? Now I need to select the finish date. In this case, if I'm planning to finish or quarter, let's say Saturday. So I will plan from the end to the start. Both approaches are correct. There's nothing wrong there. That depends 100% on how you would like to work in your project and which methodology you are using. For main construction, both are correct, and the widely used is the forward or pushing schedule. But there are some new methodologies that recommends to have a better calculation of the leading times to use the pooling calculation. So starting from the finish to the start. But let's stick with the most common scenario, like I have this start date. I'm setting again the month. And as you can see, you can change months, years, etc. Notes, example. Clicking OK, you can see in your screen two different sections or containers. Besides the ribbon, where you will find all the tools and features and the charts that Project Libre has to offer for you, you have these two containers. In your left hand, you have the WBS structure, and in your right hand, the Gantt. Additionally, Project Libre has different views. Gantt, like this one, network, that you will see the nodes as you remember, we reviewed this topic when calculating manually the critical path method, the WS in a graphical mode, and the task usage. Now it's blank because, guys, we need to create something. All right, so let's start, giving some explanation. You have these tabs: File, Task, Resource, and View. For file, you have the classic ones: to save, open, create new files, save as. This is important because if you click on here, you can save the file as POD, Project Libre extension. That means that is a native extension of Project Libre. But also you can save it as XML. That is a Microsoft Project native format. And also you can open that in Excel. But well, if you want to see the beauties of scheduling the Microsoft project, well, you need to keep this extension. So these two work from Project Libre. For your assignments, for me, it's good if you submit everything using the POD extension because I have Project Libre, so I will double check your assignments easily. So keep in mind you have these two options for the class. Just use this one. Name it and select the location. You can close it. You can set print options like printing in Excel, Word, PDF, anything. Set your printer, the format, the properties, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. You have, you have the preview. And you can set even orientation, letter, margins. You want to keep a spreadsheet. You want to keep the Gantt, scale, or fit pages. So even more options. And then by setting the preview, you can print it directly from here or send it to PDF. You can transfer by setting the preview automatically as PDF. You can see the project view. Like if you have more projects within this project, well, you will see the huge list in here, like schedules, sub-schedules, priority, and so on. Also, if you want to come back to see the view, move to task, tab, click again, and now you get it. You have the example one project again. Jumping to file, click on information from the project. You have the general, the name, the manager, the start date. You can change it again here, even though you have created some activities. That's okay, you can change it. Keep in mind if you have some progress and you decide to change the start date, that will modify negatively the thing you have registered as progress. So before setting a baseline or setting some activities with progress, you can change it with any problem. Without any problem, the finish date, well, we need to set some activities to see this new date. The forward priority, project type, well, professional services, division is up to you. Net present value, the risk. You can set numbers obviously as big as you have a really big number in here. You will notice that this is a risky project. Net present value. Let's set it 0. What is the current date? Let's set this today, status date. Let's set in the start calendar. If you have, you can select the calendar from here for the whole project. Project status. You have all these statuses. You cannot change it, so like including more. This is out of the box. Let's skip planning. Expense type. We have again this option. Let's skip direct. If you have any group or any benefit. In statistics, well, anything you, as soon as you complete or insert some data in here, you will see these statistics, nothing to modify. Project Libre will take the information and will post it here and notes. Now, talking about calendars, and clicking here, you're using standard calendar, you can change to the 24-hour shift or the night shift. What if you want to create a new calendar? Additionally, well, you can see more months or clicking here on the house or home to see the current month. But what if you want to create a new calendar? Well, by clicking here in new, you can create a new calendar or make a copy. The recommendation is always to make a copy from the standard. In options, you can, as soon as you create the copy, set the hours per day, per week, and per month. So we're clicking here. I want to create a copy, and it's up to you. Let's Lisa's calendar. And I want to create a copy from the standard. And now you see here, I have these options. In this case, I don't want people to be free on Saturdays. I want them to work on Saturdays full time. So I will have 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week, and approximately 24 days per month, because I'm adding this for Saturdays. That could be one extra day depending on in the month, but generally, or as an average, you have this option. Clicking OK. We can set as default, no working days, etc. For example, in here, this is Sunday. And I'm turning out that I will have people working on those days. Also, if you are clicking here, you see that we have 8 to 12 and 1 to 5. Same here. Sadly, this process is manual or setting overall in here. And now if I click one by one, it sets like a special date, position default, and set everything back to the normal standard. And then clicking here and setting not default, well, all my Saturdays will be happy days. I'm ready to do this. Also, you can break the schedule from, I don't know, 8 to 10, then 11 to 12, or to 1, and then 1 to, it's up to you. All right, so I'm doing this, I click in OK, and something important. In this case, December 25th is Christmas. I will declare this day as non-working time because it is a holiday. January, same thing, the 1st, Which other holiday we have? Canada. Probably I'm wrong, but I guess October the 2nd is no working day. And also uh, October the 9th. October 9th is Thanksgiving. And then in November we have another holiday, but well, I forget which one is. But I believe that is clear now. All right, so clicking it OK, and now if you go back to the information and you want to set the calendar, the base calendar, you have Lisa's calendar. Noise, I change it. Tricks dialog is the same like clicking in projects, only to see where I am. And these three buttons saying baseline, clear baseline, and update. This is for saving the, the, the scheduled baseline. So as soon as we complete the planning, we are good to save the baseline, and that will be like saving this file to compare the plan version, today's version that I've been working to know what is going on, to be executed in the future. And then when the future approaches me and I set the performance, I can compare like, okay, I planned this today, September 19, and 1 month later, I'm trying to compare how good or how bad I'm performing the project using this baseline. All right, the second tab is task. You can see the views. I click it at the beginning. You can zoom in, zoom out in the Gantt. That will be clear as soon as if we complete some activities. Some additional clipboard features, copy, cut, paste, insert, delete items, indent, outdent, link activities, and again, information. But this is no information about the project. This is information about the activities in here. The calendar, notes regarding the activities, assigning resources to activity, and again, save baseline for the project. Find activities like a filter and scroll to task. Now in resources, well, we are creating the resource list, the resource breakdown structure, and some functions from the calendar and information regarding resources. And finally, we have the views. We are repeating the task views, the resource views, other views like projects, the reporting tab, which I only have these 4 different reports. By clicking here, there's no pages because I don't have resources. And I have to add the earned value analysis. But in this case, well, there is nothing set yet. So let's go to Gantt. You have histogram from the resources usage, some charts, and filtering options. You have all the activities and you want to filter by completed task, cost over budget, critical task, in progress. Well, this is a filter. You can sort or just grouping. And that's pretty much the tools Microsoft Project Libre has to offer you. All right, so let's start with the activity. The assignment, I'm asking you for the basics, and I'm opening the assignment. Which I'm asking to create first a WS, add 3 major outputs, 6 secondary outputs, and 2 work packages per secondary output. And create a list to milestones. All activities must have a logical sequence. connecting to finish to start, center to start, not only one logical sequence, create a new calendar as I explained, create the Gantt chart, critical path, and baseline. So I will create a small example, and then you, to complete the homework, you need to follow these instructions. But by following the steps, it will be something easy for you. All right. So I can click insert here to insert, new rows, and the name. Let's name it Project Test. And automatically you will see this bar in here, the duration, the start. You can start playing around, like expanding or reducing the size or the bar, but now don't do that because this is a project test. And when I'm saying 3 major outputs, that means the project test we want to use is having a successful class. So the first major output is learning. Second is grades. And the fourth is personal life. Those are the 3 major outputs. If you want to include a new row, well, you can insert in here. So clicking here, I click insert, and I will have the new row here. So for learning, now we're learning from 6 secondary outputs. So that means two outputs per one of the biggest one or the primary ones. So for learning that will be ratings. I don't know. Let's set a different one for assignments for grades. Could be this. Final exam. For personal life, like, I don't know, mental, and anything else. Could be physical health. Yeah, physical. You can ask me, well, I have some issues in here because I have only bars. What is the parent structure? Because I'm saying this one. Easy. Please select these two, click and indent, and then you have a parent structure. Same case for here. Then you will have another parent structure. Finally, you have now 3 parents, but still, what is the header? If you select all of them, now you have these parent structures, the header, the primary, and that's pretty much the thing we need. All right, as I was explaining, you can modify the duration by only clicking something here and learning, like 20 days, ratings 10 days. You will see how these activities start, or these bars start having different not shapes, different lengths. For exams, 5 days, or you want to make it manual, well, and automatically you will see the days. and then you have it. But what if you need to modify the starting date, because it seems odd to have the same starting date, doesn't it? In order to modify this, you can set the readings and assignment for a different start. Let's do it. And then 24 now is a month. And then you see how you're moving activity to that starting date. Then you have like this task has a start no earlier than constraint, because I modify it. Now, in this task tab, if I click in here and I double click, I will have this task information, or even better, if I select it and go here, if you don't feel confident like double clicking here, information, you have the general assignment, 20 days. I don't have anything completed because, well, I'm still planning it. The cost, I don't have resources attached. And the work, that is 160 hours. That is 20 days times 8 hours. Well, that makes the math. For predecessors, I don't have any. I don't have successor, and I have resource. I can attach one if I want it, but still I haven't upload resources. Advanced. If you want to create a WBS code, you want to display task as milestone. The constraint, because I set the start date for this specific date, automatically Project Libre detects these constraints. And we have many: as soon as possible, as late as possible, must start, must finish, start no earlier than, no later than, finish, and well, same logic. Deadline, if you want to set a deadline for this, so type fixed units, duration of work, effort driven, task calendar. This is important. Even though you have set a calendar for the whole project, you can have specific calendars per activity or per resource. What does it mean? Sometimes, well, in real life, you have the project calendar in which you're following overall the dates the company has for this project. But in many cases, you have people working in the project, and these people might work only part-time in the project, or even better. This professional you're waiting for his or her input. Surprisingly, he will take like 2 months vacation to Europe. So this resource, you need to create a calendar, and you will need to take into consideration this 2 months break. So if you have specific activities in those dates, well, the project will be pushed or delayed to any different date in the future. So that's why you need to pay attention in the calendars per activity and also per resource. If you ask me about the priorities, you need to know first the resources calendar, then the activities calendar, and then at the end the project calendar. And you will see all the modifications in the completion date in the project calendar. You will see how much you need to push or pull the activities and the completion date that you will inform to your client. And the earn value method of the progress you will do set as percentage completed or physical percentage completed. And you want to get a note here. So the calendar, you can set it in here again, as I was saying. And let's start doing some predecessors. But first, let's set my WBS code. We insert a column. Again, I will click in here, insert column, select options, go all the way down, WBS, clicking OK. If you don't like this space, you can drag and drop. All right, so you can have here 1, 1.1, 1.1, and then you get the logic. All right, that's something that is not a good feature from Project Libre, is that you don't have, you can automate the WBS sequence. You need to do it manually. Well, it's free. Maybe in the newest versions, do we have that feature? But now is the thing we have. So we click again, General, and Advanced. You can see the WBS. What is this display task as milestone? Let's generate a new one, because it's part of the thing I'm asking. And I'm asking you to complete it. So milestone for completion. And will be 113. Okay, you click on information and display as milestone. You see, still having a bar, I have a different figure, different geometry. So this activity has a duration of 1 day because it's a milestone, and this is only something that you need to have it to notify that you will complete something regarding this project. Like in this case, completion. This is like a flag. All right. So now I'm going back in here, information, sorry, in the predecessor column, if you want to link readings to assignments, you don't need to use this WBS code. You need to use the row number. In this case, 3 and 4. So if I want to connect readings to assignments, but keep in mind this, readings being the successor assignments, I click here, sorry, here in predecessor, and set the number 3. As you can see here, well, I have this logical sequence. If you want to do it the other way around, to set the successor instead of predecessor, well, insert the column, go and find successors, and you will see. You can set it in here or in here. It's up to you. Both options are correct. Now, by setting the predecessor access successor, well, you can go to the predecessor tab, you will see it. You see the code, and here you can modify the type. Finish to start. By default, Project Libre will define this as the principal option or default option, but you can change it for finish to finish, start to finish, or start to start. But let's set the start to start, and you see how this is modified. Also, you can add lags. Maybe I don't want to, is it start to start, but maybe it has a delay between these two activities of 2 days. And you see how these two activities has a new lag. Now, to get the milestone working properly, you will set the predecessor 3, 4. And then is I'm telling the system that any of this activity, the one with the longest duration will rule the completion learning, and that was set by the milestone. All right, so keeping in mind that this one will set something for the next quiz instead of final exam. Well, maybe we need to link it. All right, so predecessor is number 5. I get this one. And after the quiz, my predecessor will be 8. You go. You have this new order. Additionally, you can set your personal life, mental and physical, having a start to start from the first activity. So this is number 3. And we can set the start to start from the mental as number 10. Clicking here as information, start to start, and can and look at this. Looks like I calculated before to complete everything at the same time. Why these bars were colored in red? Well, if you go to view, sorry, it's the difference between project and Project Libre. You right click, bar styles. I have activated the critical task. If I not activate it, I will disappear. I want to activate it again. For annotation styles, show assignments, split. If you click in a split, you can, for example, if you want to split the physical by a week because you have a break, you break it. You want to undo something, clicking here and you get it back. Show rows to have a better visual. You want to see the total slack or free float. Well, you have all this free float for this activity, that is the readings. But now you know that in bar styles you have the critical task or the critical path calculated automatically. I know you need to do it manually. That was hard for some students, but at the end was something good to do for you guys to understand. And now you know you have these kind of tools to do it automatically. You don't want to show the links, you can disappear it. You don't want to show the calendar, well, but now you have it. And then what the calendar? Well, here the Gantt chart is showing us in gray, which is our weekly holiday or weekly day off. In this case, it's Sunday. And this is how you can play a little bit with the charts, with the graphics. You go back to view. Now we can filter by completed task. We don't have any. Critical task, only the ones who were critical, so readings disappear. In progress task, well, I haven't set any in progress. Incomplete, all of them. late overdue. Well, it's showing me all of them. Normal task, milestones. If someone asks you for a milestone report, well, you can filter and only print in this. Cost. I don't have any cost. Flags and so on. Summary task. That is pretty much the options you have for filtering, for sorting. Let's for start date or grouping, critical. Let me go back and yeah. And those are the things because I have only this view here. So it's not grouping, only filtering. Oh, let me save it. All right. Seems like it is a small bug. Close it and open it again. That's the thing sometimes with. All right. We're back on track. Awesome. So by getting this an explanation, sorry for this, I need to upload to the newest version. But what you see the filter and the sorting working pretty good. And if you want to see the network view, you want to change to WBS and task usage. Now we know that something between our personal, physical, and we have 24 hours on Monday, Tuesday, 32. So something we need to change here because if here you're not sleeping, you need to modify therefore something here, trying to say, hey, professor, you need to give more days to have the readings, the assignments. And what if I have quizzes? I have a more balanced life, or this is a really practical example to understand that I'm sending this here, all these activities, but really can I accomplish all these activities in one day? 24 hours, so there is no sleepy time. So at least you need to have 12 hours of school or less, 8 hours, and if you have part-time jobs. So this is an excellent example. So that's how you calculate critical paths, logical sequence, milestones. Oh, I almost forgot it. To save the baseline, if you click in here, you have all these options or all these empty spaces, 11, to save the baseline. Click in OK. And now you have this new gray line that is the baseline I have set. I have set it for the project. If I have any modification in the progress, you always see this baseline. If you are a pretty good student and you did everything um, sooner as expected, well, you will see the bar in here and the baseline all the way up to here. And then like, okay, I have a lot of free time and this activity is not critical anymore. But that will be the result as soon as you and there's some progress here. This is the the objective for this class. Please follow the instructions you have in your assignment, complete it after watching the video, and if you have any question, feel free to reach out. As you saw, please download the latest version. I don't have the latest one. I need to do it to avoid this box that you notice in my session, but that won't affect the features or the things you need to understand to complete activity number one, or well, activity number one regarding Project Libre. Thank you.